Welcome back to Tipping Point. I'm your host, Kara McKinney. We're only a few days into Pride Month, and already things are going much better than last year. Major retailers are scaling back on their LGBTQ displays, and now a left-wing comedian has been put on notice that children are off limits. Trying to make everything gay does not protect you from the repercussions of sexualizing babies. Comedian Jaime Caravaca learned that lesson the hard way during his set in Madrid on Monday night. About halfway through, the father of a child he had sexualized online suddenly appeared to confront him about it. And let's just say he made sure Jaime would never make those kinds of jokes about his 3-month-old son again. Watch.
¿Qué decías que iba a comer un negro? Mi hijo que iba a comer pollas, con 3 meses, basura, ¿ahora qué? Dímelo, dímelo a la cara, aquí ahora, dímelo ahora. Perdonad, lo siento, os pido perdón, os pido perdón. Soy únicamente un padre que defiende a sus hijos. Ha hecho comentarios sexualizantes de mi hijo de 3 meses. Eso tiene sus consecuencias. No, ahora vas y me denuncias. Ya está. Es que mira, es que te callo.
The father had posted a sweet image of his young son with the face covered by a heart for privacy reasons on social media with the caption "Pride and Joy." But since the father is on the right, being a musician and activist in his own right, making him more of a public figure, this leftist comedian thought it was fair game to say some truly despicable stuff about the baby. I can't exactly repeat his comments here, but the gist of them were that the baby was going to grow up to be gay and would be engaging in homosexual intercourse with black men. And you probably saw some of it in those subtitles we blurred earlier. Now, isn't it weird how the enlightened left, who calls all of us racist, consistently use black men in a hypersexualized way and even in a derogatory way in order to score points against the right? It's bizarre stuff indeed. And where was this dad when we needed him the other day in West Hollywood out in California? The clip I'm about to show you is definitely grotesque. It's a bunch of gay men in Speedos talking about their love of kids being in the Pride Parade, so be warned or skip ahead by 15 seconds or so if you don't want to see it. And so with that warning, here's the video.
I really can't. You know, I met that dancing bear out here in front of the WeHo. Oh my gosh.
What has been your favorite part of this event so far?
I loved going out there and seeing all the kids.
Or what about when Judith Butler, the so-called godmother of queer theory, had this to say? Watch.
I was identified as representing gender ideology and a threat to children. My work would indoctrinate them, or my work would license pedophilia, or my work and the work of gender more broadly would teach them how to become homosexual, or teach them that they must become homosexual. Which is
kind of true.
Kind of wild.
Kind of worked, yeah.
Talk about where the wild things are. Well, of course we know Eve Kosofsky-Sedgwick said, yes, we do teach that, you know.
Joining us now to discuss is military defense attorney Davis Yance. Davis, thanks for being here tonight.
Hey, good evening, Kara.
Great. So it definitely makes our job at exposing this much easier, would you say, when prominent LGBTQ activists and parade goers and the rest just admit it out loud, right?
Yeah, it absolutely does. And, you know, the standard here is just bizarre as a society. When we look at this, we're looking at sexual actions, we're looking at sexual activity, and then people are just openly saying, oh, it's just amazing to see all these kids here. These are not things, if this was heterosexual people dressed that way, engaging in a heterosexual pride parade, we wouldn't want children there. We wouldn't want them exposed to the sexual content. It's not good. It's not beneficial to society. It's not good for their development.